Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and it's great to be back with you. Simon normally does all the birthday shout-outs, but there's quite a few today, and I just wanted to add to his messages my congratulations to Jackson's girlfriend, Soraya. Happy birthday to Marie-Ève Hébert, to Uwe Schwartz's niece, Natalie, Kirsten's boyfriend, Bernhard Schlichtner, and to Victoria in Sonora, Mexico. It's fantastic. The breadth of the globe over which people watch us. You are all, I hope you all have a fabulous birthday. Loads of cake or any other baked or non-baked treat that you prefer on your birthday. And congratulations also to Eric and Jessica for their second wedding anniversary today. I think the first wedding anniversary is celebrated with paper and the second one with Sudoku, I think. So great timing for that. And also, I do want to thank, I hope Kate Mueller is doing very well. I know she's been through some difficult times lately, and I hope it's going okay at the moment. And also thanks to Anne-Marie Dehaan for your lovely message about the World Sudoku Championship. I am very grateful. Now, don't ever stop shouting at the screen. I know it's a release for some people, and there are definitely going to be opportunities today, because I've noticed that there is a Knight's move restriction in the puzzle I'm planning to do, and I will be forgetting that, and it makes it very difficult for me and easy for you to see things that I'm missing. So lots of opportunities going to be here today, I imagine. Now, don't forget our Kickstarter campaign, which you can see on one of the first links under the video. We are hoping to bring you book 2 from Cracking the Cryptic, and I hope it's going to be very special indeed. We hope to reach some more stretch goals and put some more stuff in it accordingly, but we'll see how we go. Thank you very much if you've already pledged to that. On Patreon, still got a few days left on the Shy and Jovial contest to describe the solution path to their puzzle Another Language, a classic, which is brilliant. And that's kind of the stuff that, no, the big news is we're streaming on Thursday, so we will be... Gosh, I'll be returning to Udakos's puzzle and hoping I can do it this time. I mean, some of the logical paths have begun, but I hope I don't make whatever mistake I made last time or whatever I couldn't see last time. Let's just hope I can get through it this time. Anyway, that will be coming up on Thursday at 10 p.m. our time, an hour before my video normally comes out, whatever that is for you. So I will still put out a video, and you can either watch that live or after the stream. Now, live, it wouldn't be live. The stream will be live, but anyway. Now, let us look at this puzzle. This has come in, I think, because we're in the week of Halloween, and I'm sure we'll have another Halloween puzzle to do during it, but this is to kind of get us going, and the puzzle is called the Headless Hessian, and as we all know, that's a character from Huntic, the Italian series, and I can promise you I did not know that until I looked it up. The puzzle is by High Dudgeon, who have we featured on the channel before? Not sure. Congratulations if it's a debut. Congratulations even if it's not. And the rules are these. We have some German whisper lines, some Renban lines, and some question marks. So I will go through what we can expect. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that's the digits 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. They have to appear once each. Identical digits can never be in cells a knight's move apart. So whatever is in that cell cannot be replicated in any of those cells, which are a chess knight's move away from it. So the iron law of chess constraints is that at some point I will forget that it exists in this puzzle, and let's hope that's not just when it becomes necessary, but it often is. Now, along a green line, digits in adjacent cells, like those two perhaps, must have a difference of 5 or more. So you could put 1 and 6 in there, or you could put 4 and 9, or you could put 1 and 8, but you could not put 3 and 7. They have only a difference of 4, so that wouldn't be allowed. And that applies to any 2 cells directly connected by a green line. On a purple line, you have to consider the whole line. So these 4 digits are a sequence of 4 consecutive digits. They could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9 in any order. That's how the purple lines work. They're called renbands from Japanese words. And now 2 cells joined by a question mark. We don't often get question marks, but basically the question mark is either an X or a V. The 2 cells joined contain digits that sum to 5 or 10. And high dudgeon is obviously not telling us which. So let us have a look at this kind of jack-o'-lantern face and see how we get on. Do try it in the first link under the video. I am going to reset my clock and I'm going to start now, apparently with a phrase I forgot to use yesterday, and apologies for that. Let's get cracking. Right, how the heck do we get cracking on this? Okay, well, I know a couple of things about German whisper lines. I know that 5s can't appear on them, so the 5 in the central box has to be in one of those. The reason a 5 can't appear on a green line is because a digit next to it on that line couldn't be a Sudoku digit if it had a difference of 5 or more. Now, the other thing I know is that these lines alternate. Because they can't have 5 on, you're always going higher than 5, lower than 5, higher than 5, lower than 5. They alternate strictly. So these 2 cells are high or low and the same because of the alternation. Let's use, I normally use purple and green for this, but that feels a bit bonkers. Let's use purple and yellow on the green lines. So purple there, yellow there, that's yellow, can't do yellow, that's purple. And that must be true, but I don't know how that helps me determine which of purple is high, which of purple and yellow is high and which is low. Okay, what I'll tell you about this sort of coat hanger shape, or nose, I suppose in this case, is that none of the digits on it can be 4 or 6. And that's because of a kind of special restriction that applies to 4 or 6 in German whispers. If the 2 digits that a 4 is next to see each other, well, the basic facts are 4 can only be next to 9. So if it's seeing 2 digits that see each other, like this yellow sees these 2 purple cells, and this purple sees these 2 yellow cells, etc. So if you had a 4 here, those would both have to be 9, which isn't possible. And each of these 4 cells on the triangles, and the same applies to this one, they see 2 others. So there are no 4s or 6s on there. I mean, I could pencil mark that. Yeah, why not? Why not? Ah, this cell, it's true. Yeah, this can't be 4 or 6 either. Now, normally I would notice that those 2 cells don't see each other, but there is a knight's move restriction in this puzzle, so they do see each other, so they have to be different, and this has to be different. Now, I was tempted to say these 3 purples are different, but that's not necessarily right, because they can be the same. However, these 3 yellows are different, because they do all see each other, given the knight's move. So this is either a set of 1, 2, 3, or of 7, 8, 9. I mean, I really could be barking up the wrong track here. We might be meant to break in some totally different way. Okay, but in this box, where do 4 and 6 go? Well, one of them can go in those cells along with a 5, but one of them has to be on this green line, and it will be next to a high digit, an extreme digit. If it's 6, it'll be next to 1. If it's 4, it'll be next to 9, and that'll be the 5th digit from 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 being used. Could those... Oh no, any one of these digits could be 4 or 6, because for none of them does it have 2 neighbours that see each other. That's really annoying. That has its 2 neighbours that could both be the same. That has those 2 neighbours, and that has those 2 neighbours. And the end cells only have 1 neighbour. Ah, hang on, this cell sees all the yellow ones. So, if this is yellow, it's 4 or 6. Because that is a set of either 7, 8, 9. If that's yellow, it would have to be 6. Or this is 1, 2, 3, and if that's yellow, it has to be 4. But this sees them all as well. Look at that. This is brilliant. That is a glorious central cross here. What I'm telling you now, and what I don't know if I've ever observed about this sort of shape quite, is that these cells all see each other in this puzzle. And they have to be 7 different cells, different digits. Oh, excuse me for a second. Right, sorry about the most frustrating interruption ever, as I had to go and take delivery of something I went out and bought this morning myself. Anyway, these 7 cells all see each other. That's what I worked out. Now, it's getting very interesting in terms of the yellows. Yeah, sorry, I was going to explain how they all see each other, just in case it's not obvious. But, I mean, I think it's very pretty. If you take any one of those cells and use either the knight's move or just straight looking up and down or within box 5, you can see how it sees all of the other cells in that group. They all have to be different. The exciting thing is about yellow, because one of these cells is yellow, is not from these sort of extreme 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 sets. So whichever one of these is yellow is 4 or 6. And that means that the purple one is 1 or 9 because it's sitting next to 4 or 6. It will also mean that one of these two is 1 or 9 as well, but I don't think that matters at the moment. I don't know what does matter at the moment, but something does. Something's up here. What is this telling me? One of these is 4 or 6. The other one is 1 or 9. Right. So for purple, we also have a set of either 9, 8, 7 or what does it mean? For purple, we either have a set of 9, 8, 7 or 1, 2, 3 going on. Is that right? I think it's right. Yeah, because for yellow, we're getting the 4 or 6 here. For purple, we're getting the 1 or 9 here. So, if these are purple, they're either a 2, 3 pair or a 7, 8 pair. And that means these must be... Yes, that's really interesting. I mean, it might help if I guessed which way round they are, just to show you what I'm talking about. But I can now see that this pair is either a 1, 2 pair or an 8, 9 pair, because one of these is 3 or 7. And that therefore this is 3 or 7. Let me show you. I'm going to randomly guess. I don't know which way round it goes. I'm going to randomly guess that purple is low. Let's say that. I don't know which way it'll prove to be, but let's say purple was low. So those are from 1, 2, 3. Yellow is high. Now that's the helpful one. 7, 8, 9 there. The one of these that's yellow must be a 6. So that's a 6, 1 pair. Now you don't get to have the extreme digit on those cells, so you have the 2 intermediate digits between the extreme digits 1 and 9, the intermediate digits 4 and 6. But they have an impact on this, because now the 7 number, which is 3 if it's the other way round, can't be there, because it would be next to 3. So that would be the 8, 9 pair. They both see this cell, which would become 7. And now this cell, this can't be a 3 because 3 will be there. And this would work exactly the other way round if we've got the identity of the digits the wrong way round. Oh, and this proves which way round they are. Well, I didn't mean to bifurcate to prove that. I was just trying to show you how this worked. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. This can't be a 10 sum because of this problem. You've used up 3 in the central column, and this can't be the right way round. And I could have seen that if I'd just followed this through to noticing that you get 3 or 7 here, the other one of them there, and therefore this must be a part of a 5 sum. That is absolutely brilliant. So I'll try and just talk about it again in the abstract from, where was it, this point onwards. So, it's lovely. It's so clever. This, it takes some seeing. If this is the only way in, it takes some seeing. But these, as we've just discovered, they're either 2, 3 or 7, 8, because their extreme digit will be down here in purple, the 1 or the 9. Now, if they're 2, 3, these must be 8, 9, and that must be 7. If they're 7, 8, these must be 1, 2, and that one must be 3. So this is either 3 or 7, and its counterpart in making 10 is definitely in these purple cells already. In fact, it's there. It's not going to be next to it. But that is not the point. The point is that this must make up 5 with that cell, because it can't make up 10 anymore in the column. So that is a 2. This is a 3. Yellow is low. That's a 2, 1 pair. That means that these aren't 1s. The 1 is not included there, so 6 can't be. That's a 4, 9 pair. I don't know if I know the order yet. I might do. Maybe I haven't just worked it out. But anyway, these don't have 9, and they're not low. They're high. So those are 7 and 8. 3 can't be next to 7, so it's next to 8. And here is our start. Now, let me fix the colours, because I know that purple is now high, and purple gets orangified, and yellow is low and gets bluified. And there is our start. And that is extraordinary. That is a remarkable way of starting this puzzle. Right, that has to be a 9, because it sees that by knight's move. And I literally haven't been able to forget the knight's move in this puzzle because it's so vital. Now, I'm going to have to identify... no, these. Yes, I was wondering if I knew which way round these were, and I don't. If that's a 4... then that's a 9, and it can't be. So I do know which way around they are. Perfect. Because of that 9 we've just put in, this can't be 9, so that can't be 4, so it is 9, that's 4. We can colour them properly. I say properly. And 4 is next to 9, so that is the next 9. These are both low. I did see this pattern forming if well, in some way. Anyway, that must be 3 and 4 now, because we've had the 1, 2 pair. This pair is a 5, 6 pair. They both see all of those cells, and that is of no value at all, which is classic. Right, but let's see what else we can do. This can't be 2 or 3. Now, it could still be low. I believe it could be 1. 2 and 3 there. This is one of these knight's move classic arrangements. 2 and 3 there both see both of these cells. What do I mean? I mean that 2 sees that cell by Sudoku and that one by knight's move. 3 sees that one by knight's move and that one by Sudoku. So neither of those two can be 2 or 3. And now they can't be low because they both have to be 1. Remember, we can't put a 4 here because it would see 9 twice in the cells on the line. So they are not 1s, they are high. These are lows. Good Lord, that means this is definitely a 1. And this is low, and it's not 1 or 3, that is 2. The 1 is looking down here, we get a 2 and a 1 there. This one can't be 9, this one could still be. I've got a 3 or a 4 on this Renban. That's not that helpful on this high-heeled shoe Renban. Okay, what have we got up the middle? Let's try and do regular Sudoku. 1, 5 and 6 still to place. One of these is a 1. Now, if that was a 1, this would be a 2. This would be something else, 3 or 8. Okay, that's just speculating. Now, right, this can't be low. Lovely. Because if it was low, it can't be 1, 2 or 3, it would have to be 4, and the number next to it on the line would have to be 9, and that is not possible. So this is high, that's high. We've got all the German whisper cells coloured now. These again these are low, but they can't be 2 and 3. But that's okay on this broken line. It's unlike on the triangles, we can get a 4 onto this line as long as it's on the end. So that's a 4. That's a 1. 4 has to be next to 9, but this doesn't join on, so it doesn't have to see that 4. It is not a 7 by Knight's move. It could be 6, so it's 6 or 8. Oh, no, it can't be 6, because that 5, 6 pair both see this cell. So actually that is 8. This has become 7, that's 8. We're away here. This is great. What a break-in. That's so clever. I mean, I love this puzzle. That really is absolute genius. And it all came down to this X or V clue. Right, now, what else can we do? Let's focus on that. This can't be a 7. So 7's in one of those two cells. And then it's in one of these two cells. It can't be there by Knight's move. This is where I just start missing stuff that you can probably see, but that's fine. We've got 5 and 6 to fit in at the ends of row 3. We need an 8 somewhere up there. We need a 2 somewhere up there as well. Look, this cell can't be 2 or 8. And the positions of those 2 and 8s militate that. I'm getting stuck again. 9. Got a lot of 9s, didn't we? 9 can't be there or there or there by Knight's move. So the 9 in box 4 is in one of those two. 9 is in one of those two. I don't think it can be here on the slipper because you couldn't reach it in the Ren band. So that's not a 9 and that is. And that gives me a 9 in box 3. And I'm going to finish colouring the cells. In fact, since I've done all the high-low stuff, I am going to remove the colours now. There we go. Right, we get a 9 in one of those two. This 9 can't appear in any of those. If I could exclude it, I can exclude it from this cell because of the question mark. If that was a 9, that would have to be a 1, and it's not allowed to be. That couldn't add up to 5, it would have to add up to 10. So we've got 9 there. We're going to get an X-wing on 9s in these bottom 2 rows. That means that's not 9, and that is, and we've placed 7 9s in the grid now. Now, let me see what else we can place. This is where the Knight's move stuff really would come in handy if I could just magically see how that all worked. And I can't at all. Right, if that's a 1, this is a 2. If it's a 5, this can't be 4, so it would be 6. If it's a 6, this could be 5 or 7. It cannot be 5, however, because 5 can never appear on one of these question marks. If it's a 7 or a 6, it can't be a 6, because this would have to be a 4, and it can't be a 4. So we're down to 2 or 7 in that cell. This now can't be 5, actually. This is... Well, if it's a 2, it could be 3 or 8, and I can't see a reason for either of those not being true. If it's a 7, we've got a 6 here, and then it's an 8. So it ends up being 3 or 8 either way. And if, look, if that's 1, 2, 3, what are you going to put here? You can't get a pair adding up to 5 because you've used 1 and 2. And you can't use 4 in either of those cells because that 4 sees them both. So you couldn't have any low digit, and you couldn't make that add up to 10 or 5. So this doesn't go 1, 2, 3, and that's not a 1, it's a 6. And this is a 7. And this can still be 3 or 8 in the next cell. So just being careful there. Oh, I didn't think it could be a 7 because I thought I'd pencil marked 7 up there. Right, something has gone wrong. Let's go back. Let's go back to when I started pencil marking this cell. What did I do wrong here? Or, I mean, this 7 logic is solid. That can't be a 7. There is a 7 in one of those. Oh, bother. Right, I need to think again. Sorry, folks. This is 1, 5, or 6. If it's a 1, that's a 2 on the Renban. That's definite. Then this could be 8 or 3. Now, I forgot, I think, that this could go 1, 2, 8. That's what I've done wrong. If this is 5, that has to be 6. This has to be 4. That's not possible. If this is 6, now remember that can't be a 7. This would have to be 5, and that's not possible on the question mark. So it's not 6. That's 1. This is 2. And this is where I went wrong. I said this is 3. And this became impossible. This is 8. This now, it still can't have a 4 on it because of that 4. So it's got to be a 3, 7 pair. And we've got a 7 there saying which way around they go. Now we're putting 7 in a cell where I will allow it in this box, thank goodness. Now we've got 8 on this Renban. We're going to need a 7 on it in one of those positions, and not a 9, because neither of them can be 9, so that's a 7 and a 6. And this sequence is 6, 7, 8. I don't think I can tell which is which yet. 3 is looking at that cell. Now, we've got a 4 on this Renban. Oh, I was going to say we can't have a 3 on it, but actually that 3 only sees those 2. Are there any numbers that we cannot put? We could put a 2 there, 3 there, 7 here. I suppose we can't put an 8 on it because that's too many. And look, 8 and 8 are ruling 8 out of all those cells. So we can place 8 in the box. That's weird. Then we're going to get an 8 in one of those 2. So, come on, what do we know about it? It doesn't have to have a 3 on it. It could be 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 would be there. Oh no, that's fantastic. It can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, because whatever this is, 5 or 6, sees both of those cells. So if this was 4, 5, 6, 7, you'd put 7 there, and you couldn't put 5 and 6 there because they'd break that cell. That's beautiful. I doubt that that's intended. It's just sort of a beautiful function of this shape. Anyway, it's not 4, 5, 6, 7, therefore there is a 3 on it, and it goes there. Now, I don't know after that. I suppose one of these 2 is a 3. Uh, 1, 7, 2, 3, 9. That can't be 8. This can't be 1, 7, 2, 3, 9, 4 or 8. So that is 5 or 6. It can't be 6 because it sees both of those cells. So it's a 5. That's mental again. This is 4 or 6 now. These are from 4, 6, 8, but neither can be 6 because both of them see both of those cells. So that's a 4, 8 pair, and that's a 6. Now we don't have a 6 on this pair, so we must have a 2 to make the Renban work. And that still doesn't tell us what the last digit is, 1 or 5 there. 6, 3, 9, 2, 8. But 5 is in one of those cells, so it's not there, so that tells us it's a 5. Up here we have 1, 4 and 7. 1 sees that cell by Knight's move. This sees 4 and 7. So that's a 1. And 7 sees that cell. So they're all done. Still can't do this 5, 6 pair. Never mind about them. We get 2 and 3 over this side of the grid. And this is not allowed to be 1 or 7, so it's a 6. That fixes my Renban. I think I've got everything done on the marked clues, so the rest is Knight's Move Sudoku. This is 3 or 7. 2 is down in one of these cells along with 3 and 7. 4 looks in at that cell. Excellent. Neither of those are resolved yet. That 4 can only be placed there in box 3. That gives us a 4 here, 7 here, a 5, 6 pair at the top. That's become a 3. This is a 1. That's a 6 by ordinary Sudoku. That fixes 5, 3, 6 in row 3. 5 and 7, and the 7 is sorting them out. There's so often a digit looking into these pairs to fix them. It's remarkable. Oh look, 6 is looking at that. That's probably been there for ages. Didn't see it. 5, 6, that's a 5. That's 6 by Sudoku. 5 and 8 here, and we have a very helpful 5 on our high heel. Looking at that. That's a naked 6. That's a naked 4. 9 and 5 to complete the row. 9 there is the last one in the grid. These can't include a 3. I don't see 2 or 7 looking in by Knight's Move to fix those. Ooh. Now I've mistyped something here. Let's go back. Well, it's this, isn't it? That should have been a 3 that I was trying to type there. Yeah. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. That 3 actually, well, and that 1 sort out the remaining 1 and 3 down here. So that does 2, 3. That does 2, 8. Now, 2 and 7 here, deadly pattern. We'll get to that in a moment to finish with. 1 and 8 there, 4 and 5 here. Now, what resolves this deadly pattern? There is 1 digit looking in. There it is, on the sole of my shoe. 2 looking in at that 7. And this is a brilliant puzzle. A headless Hessian indeed. There we go. That should be the solution, and it's brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That's quite a workout. But what an elegant stuff with the nose, this central bit, and then that cell on the question mark. What a lovely idea to use the question mark for the XV and have it sitting there effectively. It's so tricky, that. I'm sure that is the breaking, because it's so beautiful. It's like Paul Dirac said, once something appears beautiful, then you kind of know it's right, and I think that is the case here. So, as always, thank you very much to High Dudgeon. What a marvellous construction. We have to give the constructors credit on this channel, because they are the ones who make these puzzles so brilliant. And thank you very much to Shannon for recommending it. That really worked very well. We are grateful for that recommendation. And thank you, as always, for watching Cracking the Cryptic. Hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.